It's nice to
how do I make that work?
It's nice to see things work
Yeah, like I like something that's
for a change.
yeah. So
This godforsaken universe. God. Oh, let's see here. I gotta get brief great moments in chess off the screen. I gotta turn the damn TV on here too. I don't know if is it gonna freeze this for stream now? Display, we'll see. No, it's not.
we'll see. It's
That's
LCD. Good. Don't worry about
It's
it.
LCD. Don't worry about
It
it.
stands for like crap, dude.
Right, dude.
It works like crap, dude.
Yeah.
So that's what I usually see it as.
That's pretty much all you can see it as.
Just been chewing on my cord.
Getting chews on there.
Getting chew marks on it. These cats are chewing on my cord.
Probably you.
It's probably yeah. I do get hungry during these sessions.
We got a new background.
Oh my god! Oh
Here.
sweet! Oh my god! It's Chris. Oh my god! It's a big giant dick. Oh my! Is he going? Is he running away from the dick?
He is, and then he goes back, and then he runs away again. It's that guy who was fucking that pipe from the Weird News last week,
Oh, yeah.
and you were like, "Oh, I bet you that's what it is in the Mario." So I made
Yeah.
it. I made it part of the Mario.
That's exactly what he's.
Sorry, viewers, we can't show you because it's going to get get us flagged
I
here.
don't think so. It's too simple and artistic for it to be marked.
Let's try. We'll make it. We'll do it real quick.
100% believe that no one's going to know the difference
All
because
right, here it is.
yeah. I mean, you people will know.
Chris is running away. Run, Chris.
It's running from the prying eye of the one-eyed monster.
And then it repeats. So there you go. As he runs away. So that's that.
I like that we're
There
offering
we
no
are.
assistance. We're
It's-
just
it's
standing
just-
there in
it's
our
just
little
you and I. Yeah,
8-bit
yeah. You're just-
forms, just smoking a cigarette, watching it happen, watching Chris run for his life, flee for
It's
his.
just you, me, and Deirdre right now. So at least
right.
Deirdre gets to. You just
Deirdre,
gotta,
this is a staff meeting.
you
right
got,
now.
yeah, that's right. You got to weigh in on this whole thing here. Let us know.
That's literally all we have are staff meetings. We don't have a show.
That's
we-
that. That's what
just-
Deirdre says. That's that.
That's that.
Yep. That's what we want.
That's
That's what we wanted to hear. Speaking of, got to make sure my got soundboard up and running.
We're gonna
here.
get Juan on here in a moment, and
Juan,
then we're
yep.
gonna have the full staff.
That's right. We're going to be fully staffed.
Except no Chris. When
Nope.
the hell's Chris ever coming back?
Good luck.
Ugh.
Good luck.
Ugh.
Not for a while.
I mean, you know what's he doing on Tuesday?
Sitting at home. Yeah.
I could be doing that too.
Lame. Me too.
Yeah. I am sitting at home.
Just because I'm closer than everybody else doesn't mean anything.
I just happen to be productive while I'm doing it.
That's right.
We're producing at least something. We're like we're like a virus. We're producing. We're productive.
That's
a cough, a bad cough.
That's all you can ask for sometimes.
We're producing
Philadelphia.
pus and slime.
It's worth $50.
$50.
Gonna get this sitting on here right before we start the show. This is
They should make that a Patreon level.
what, $50?
50 If you're in Philadelphia, this podcast is worth
$50.
Oh, there's so many mysteries. Like when are we gonna stop?
When is Chris coming back?
Where's Chris? When's he coming back? Is he ever coming back? Is he
all right.
is he lost in the void?
I'm all
Where
right.
will he ever go? He's been
I'm-
banished.
I'm all right with Deirdre coming in, just being Chris. Well, actually, it would be better than Chris.
Yeah, we're gonna get Deirdre on here sometime.
Yeah, as long as
Deirdre, we got a mic for you right
yep,
here.
right here, Deirdre. It's all ready, dusted off,
It's ready. Yeah, we'll dust off the Chris residue.
ready to go. Yep, just gotta swing on by. But yeah, all right.
This whole show was Chris's
that's right.
identity
That's-
for the longest time.
that's
Why
all-
can't he
that's
become a part of it again?
all he had. That's right. Now it's nothing.
That's all he had. Now he has nothing.
Zero. That's what we call a goose egg, folks.
That's right.
All right,
Big old fat
let's-
zero.
I don't know who the hell
Let's-
who even talking to?
I don't know,
We're
dude.
just having a staff. Like, can you imagine having a meeting at work and they're just like talking like this?
I
Like,
love my job.
like there you go, folks.
I would so
Like
love
it's
my
just
job.
us. Who are you talking to?
I would feel good about going to work every day instead of feeling like I want to kill myself.
Gotta feel something eventually.
At least that's something to feel.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Yay! And then... Wait! What does that do? Does that blow your mind? That just happened.
This corner weighing in at 180 pounds.
Darkness, everybody!
You've got a dirty, whorish mouth.
Bunch of fucking amateurs. Am I wrong? No. Am I wrong? Yeah. Okay, then.
Hail to the king, David.
Ah, fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.
You tell anyone about this, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding. We'll come back by tonight.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt,
And here we are. This is going to be, soak this one in, take it slow. This is one that you're not going to want to rush.
right? Because there's not really much to get to.
This episode is 269, and this is one that you don't want to be a two-pump chump for because we're not going to be here next week.
We are not
We're going to be on a brief hiatus.
on bated breath. You'll
That's
be waiting
right.
for 270.
Oh my God, 270 is going to involve a little bit of a delay because I'm going to have 4 teeth taken out of my skull.
You ever played that game? That dentist game with the crocodile.
Yeah, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, what the hell was that called?
I just saw it the other day. at the
Croc
store.
dentist?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Florida meth mouth, something like that.
That's what Matt's face is going to look like when he comes back. He's going to have a total of
This is
3 teeth.
elongated. Yeah, yep, yeah. It's gonna be a
If you
whole.
fucked up the dentistry on the crocodile, and snapped your hand.
Yeah, that's right.
Clean off.
But you press the buttons down.
You
I
press his
remember
teeth down.
that's it. And I remember being extremely disappointed when I first played that game because I was under the impression that the teeth came out.
Oh yeah, see that would make more sense, wouldn't
That's
it?
what I thought they were doing in the commercial, but they were tricking you. They were pinching them, and that you think that they're pinching them out, but when they pinch them, they're actually pushing them in.
What they can do it with Operation.
It's
they
the
can do it-
Chinese.
It's the Chinese.
They're trying to rob
They're
us
all
of joy
backwards.
everywhere they can.
Oh, you're gonna
I'll
manufacture here? Well, fuck you, Americans.
That's it.
We're gonna take away your joy.
These teeth push in. There you
These
go.
in. Do you know any teeth that push in? I've never seen any.
Hope your kids have fun being fucked up dentists trying to push all the teeth back into the gums.
That's fine. We'll push it right back in.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do for
don't
you.
worry about it. It's fine.
They're not taking Matt's teeth out. They're pushing them back down through his gums.
I tell
He's
you,
gonna have these jutting like lumps coming out of his jaw.
they're going to be coming out the bottom.
right. They'll
Yeah,
be-
I'm going to look like those weird aliens that are in like every universe that have weird like
tusks.
newt things coming off of their jawbones.
Yeah.
It'll be great. I'll tell you, it'll be a whole new me. I'm ready.
Brand new me. It might actually be a brand new you because apparently
you never know.
the brain fog is going to go away.
Yeah, there's some further complications with some of these things.
Like this is like a prognosis.
Yeah, right, exactly. So apparently I have a long-standing infection that has been spreading upward into my skull that I have apparently been unaware of. Perhaps all of the whiskey has helped to numb it, at least
And
on the surface.
Sterilize it.
And sterilize
You're
it. Yeah,
fighting it.
of what I can reach. I forgot to keep rinsing with whiskey. That was the problem. I didn't want to waste it. That was really
You can
what it was.
swallow it when you're done rinsing.
I guess you could. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
just
That's
switch
true.
it around.
But it's apparently the surgeon was asking me if I had any brain fog going on. I said only for about the past 20 years.
The entirety of your life.
And he said, well, after a month or so, you might notice that disappearing. So we'll
Matt might
see.
be a whole different person.
I might not even know,
He might keep this show on track in some form or another.
man, what a terrible show this will become. It'll be Ken Burns and Matt try to discuss the past. Yeah. Did you ever see Ken Burns before?
Ken Burns?
Did you ever see a picture? You know who he is? The guy that does all the history documentaries.
No, I was thinking of Ken Ham.
Ken Ham's a different guy. That's the Bible guy,
Yeah.
the Australian Bible guy.
Ken Burns.
Now he's kind of scary looking. He looks like an adult child, and but everybody loves his documentaries. But
I'm up right this second. I want to see what he looks.
yeah, he I think he's got like a bowl cut and stuff like that. And he's an old man, and he's got like that rice paper skin.
Oh yeah, yeah, he does. Okay, I have seen this guy before. Now that we're looking at him,
yeah.
he looks like he used to be a famous folk artist or something.
Yes, exactly right.
Oh my God, his skin
like in
really
the
is.
medieval ages.
It's flapping off of him. It's flapping off. He's got this awful bowl cut that he's dyeing unnaturally black.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah,
that really is it. It's like
like a
Creed in that
boy.
one episode of The Office where he dyes his hair with the printer ink. And
yeah.
That's
it.
Yeah, it really is a creepy thing.
He
But,
does. He looks like the people who have those diseases where they don't grow up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And now
Peter Pan disease.
the Peter Pan disease.
Yep.
Now his skin is falling off.
That's right. It's just he's overwashed it, overstretched it.
Good God.
He didn't read the little tag on the inside of the skin before he did it. Before he
No.
sent it to the laundromat.
Peter Coyote is the voice of the Ken Burns documentaries.
Oh, Peter Coyote is the guy's name?
That's Peter Coyote.
Wow. Peter Coyote looks like he looks like
He kind of looks like
there's a guy.
yeah, the guy who played the brother in The Mummy.
No, he doesn't
Yeah,
look
he
like
does.
that guy.
He looks
No,
like him. He looks
doesn't.
like him today. The way he looks now, as he's aged.
Yeah, he looks like
Don't
somebody
you love
else.
this content? We're looking at pictures and stuff on our
Pictures
phones.
you can't
You
see.
will not see them. You won't even. It's like being on the outside of a conversation.
That's exactly
other
right.
people are having.
You're just
We're here to make you feel like you don't belong.
you're
in
listening to the
party.
cubicle next to you at work.
Inane conversation that's going nowhere.
As people argue about mundane things that don't matter whatsoever.
Don't you love that aspect?
He looks
of going
no,
to
he
work?
doesn't look like the guy. He looks like the guy from the Mummy 2, the brother from the Mummy 2. The second one.
Your brother. What?
Even though it's the same character. That's it.
They should have done that. Anytime they need a recast, just be like, I'm his brother.
That's it.
I mean, why can't you just
You just shift it over.
yeah,
That's all you got to
write it
do.
away. Just
Just do
brush
the
it off.
cheesy little intro where you just throw in some characters, that did not exist in the universe previous to this casting call.
that's right.
And then you just do a quick little, justification where you're just like, yeah, I'm the brother. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's right. You're the brother.
Right, I remember.
And
I
then
met you.
back to the storyline.
Boom. Plot.
It's all we needed. It's all we needed. We don't
That's all we could have done.
need it. We don't need all that other crap. Just keep it to yourselves. Show us a big wall sand or a tiki guy, whatever it is. We just want a giant force of nature with a face in it. That's the Mummy.
I want a punished ancient being,
Yes, exactly right. That's what we're looking for.
an ancient mythological creature.
The Mundai, I think it was. I
Yeah.
think that was the idea.
All I want to see is Brendan Fraser fight it. Now, what I think they should do now that he's
Now
back
we're
the
on
scene-
board. I think Brendan Fraser should be in BattleBots. I think he should be in Mortal Kombat. Not any character he's ever played. Brendan Fraser, the actor.
That's the regular guy.
I want Brendan Fraser, the actor, in Mortal Kombat. And BattleBots. I want him to host it, and then for the finale,
I love him to be like Shao Kahn's role. Finish him.
that's right. Yeah, just do it. Yeah,
Finish him.
yeah. That is now we're talking.
I think he belongs everywhere.
I think he does too.
I'm not going to argue that.
Where does
point.
Brendan Fraser not belong? This should be a new segment of the show.
I think this is going to be a recurring segment. 8 minutes in, we have lost control entirely, and we're on a Brendan Fraser kick.
That's it.
We need to help him. He needs some work.
Somebody has to help Brendan Fraser. He's lost again. He doesn't know where he is, and he doesn't know how to use his phone.
He has a jitterbug too. I have this large button to call for help.
He got his cell phone coverage between diabetes ads. He needs some help. All right. Right before going back to reruns of Hollywood Squares from the 1970s.
I'd love to just get like the world's biggest Brendan Fraser fan.
Oh,
just
yeah.
interview them about what things he's been in all through his career. I want to see him on Hollywood Squares. I want to see when he did an interview for.
That's
I
what
don't
we
know,
want. Cameos,
MTV.
guest appearances. We want every possibility
All
of
of
Brendan
it.
Fraser.
I want hours and hours of this. to watch and
Just-
fill my time.
You know, and this is funny because there are very few actors or actresses that I would watch in those instances. Brendan Fraser is one. I would just watch him do the most mundane stuff.
Make a sandwich.
And I hope he looks the way that he looks in all the pictures I've seen him of recently, where he's just
Looks sad and
Just-
defeated.
sad, defeated, twice the size, and just he's just there. But the smile still comes through, and that's how you know it's Brendan Fraser.
There's still some joy in that soul.
He knows how to pull it out of there, and that is what I'm here
That's why
for.
he's a world-class actor.
That's right.
He can smile through the pain
That's right.
and the meat.
I'd dress him up in those Crocodile Dundee shorts. I'd put him with his little Outback button-up shirt that he's stretching to the max. I want to see him make a sandwich right there.
I love that he's like a puppet.
It's
Like all entertainers really are puppets for your amusement.
that's it.
If you are selling yourself out, like look at us.
Once you've been a prisoner that leads people to a forsaken city, as well as a Cro-Magnon man, I mean, you've really run
Done
the
it all.
gamut. There's
Done it
nothing else but mundane life.
It's just like when
After
Joe Pesci's award-winning turn in the movie Three Heads in a Duffel Bag.
Man, he really
That's
nailed
a real
it.
movie.
He took it home. He took it home.
I don't know with three heads, but it is a currently unspecified amount of heads in a duffel bag, starring Joe Pesci.
Not
It's
to,
Schrodinger's
not
duffel
to spoil anything, but you're doing it again. You're doing the same thing that happened last week, where you're sort of brushing against weird news stories.
Why is there only one moment of clairvoyance in my life, and it's just for the moments right before we do weird news, not for anything else important? I can't avoid car accidents. I can't foretell tragedy like Christopher Walken in the Dead Zone.
No.
I could use this
No.
ability
No,
to help people. All I can do is just predict what nonsense we're about to talk about in about 15 minutes.
it's that. That's it. It took 265 episodes for you to figure this all out.
Locked in.
You finally
locked
hit your
in.
stride. You've found the rhythm, and you're ready to rock.
You do anything enough times, you're going to start to be able to predict what's going to happen. I'm like the Facebook algorithm.
That's right.
This is something. Let me shed some light on the Facebook algorithm for you people.
Let me tell
Me
you
and
how
Matt
this
were
works.
talking about this after the show the other week.
Yeah.
Where like you might go on your phone and it says, and you think it's listening to you.
Yeah.
What it's really doing is it knows you better than you know yourself. There is like an illusion of creativity in your mind. You think you
Right,
know
right.
what you think you're creating ideas about what you want to do next. Trust me, there's a program that already knows what you're about to think. And it's not that crazy. It's collecting data on you constantly.
Just body after body busting out of shit wood and hitting pavement.
It's so simple, and that's we want to think that we're these complex beings, but in reality, we're not.
There's a veil between your conscious and your subconscious, and you don't ever understand the fact that you're always being guided by the world around you anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So, having being like, oh, I was just about to think that, or well, I would really like that. Trust me, it knows.
And trust me, now that you have this piece of information, go to all of your social media and just spend a good week clicking on everything that you love. And then you'll actually put the algorithm to work to do what it's supposed to do, rather than making you think that the deep state is interested in your conversations.
That's right. It's there to sell you crap.
Right,
it's
exactly.
It's not there to collect data for governments.
Let it
No
bring
one
what you
cares.
want to you. This is it.
Let it do it for you.
Be the American that we are. Let
Be
the
the real-
internet tell us what we want, but just tell it what you're interested in first, and that way it can be accurate.
Captain America is really just a great consumer.
That's all he
He
is.
buys a lot of crap.
That's why his shield is concave. It's so it can bring back all the good things that
Honey.
it found on the blue light special.
I found them all on the Kmart Blue Light special. Where'd you go? Where'd you find a Kmart? I got a time machine, idiot. I go anytime I want.
I can
Back
go
when Kmart
anytime I
was in
want,
its
anywhere
best.
I want. My favorite thing to do is go back and steal gas out of cars from the 1950s. And then
So
I bring it back to this time and place and then forget that it was full of lead and now that I'm going to die. 'Cause
That thing has got that regeneration power.
that's all it takes. Yep, he's just got to curl up inside of his shield and regenerate.
I love that people are like, why are gas prices so high? And Joe Biden fucked it up.
That's right.
How about the fact that most of our oil comes from Russia?
Yeah, that's it.
I bet you didn't know
Those
that.
damn commies.
Fucking bozos.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to make sure that nobody else can send any oil into the country, and then we're going to figure out why don't we have any oil?
Why is it so expensive to get this oil? Because we have to pay Americans to do it.
Yeah.
And guess what? None of them
We're
want
too
to do
busy
it.
getting our algorithm to work the right way.
They're watching me. Gas is $5. Why? It's because Democrats hate us.
That's
why.
exactly right.
That's not like that. There's some
you
kind
know-
of world economic reason for
Chuck Schumer was sitting at home with his Afghan over his lap and his little half glasses hanging off his nose. And he looked up and he said to his wife, "You know what, honey? I think we're going to raise gas prices
it.
tomorrow."
It's time to fuck the American.
That's
people.
right.
Oh,
I've had enough of my supporters. It's time for everybody to lose.
I mean, there's a level of that happening with people in power where they're like, well, I'm going to do this for my own benefit.
Yeah.
And there's definitely that happening. But the orchestration of conspiracy,
Right.
that's just not, it's just not realistic, nor is it true at all.
We are not that organized. You're giving people too much credit.
I work for the government, and I got to tell you right here, if there's anything, I've never lied before on this show, and this is certainly the greatest example of that.
Right, exactly right.
We are so up our own asses and stupid. I'm telling you, there's no way that they're coordinated enough to do anything.
No, and that's the problem is that everybody's like, yeah, this is the way that it is. It has to be.
No fucking chance.
No.
It's so clear to us too, working there, what the problems are with the agency.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, like we have to basically do certain things, but it's more like we're just subject to their whims,
Right.
But also, we're not like we'd be speaking out about it. I'll be the first one to tell you what's wrong with it,
Right.
But like, it doesn't. Nobody's silencing me.
Yeah.
Sniper's not going to hit me in the head. I mean, they don't care.
Not till 270 at least.
Right. We got 2 more weeks to live. But like, they don't care if you know.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, they don't give a shit if you know what's wrong. They're not going to do anything about it.
It doesn't matter.
They're going to do it anyway.
You have to keep giving them money anyway.
That's right. They got you. They got you tagged already.
Yeah.
You're like a farm animal.
That was it. That's that every time people were talking about the microchip thing and all that, I was like, do you really think, do you realize that you've been chipped a long time ago?
I work with your chip every day.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
You out there in the audience, I know what it is.
He knows. He
Okay?
knows exactly
It
what
was
it is.
issued at birth.
Yeah, that's it. At birth.
At birth.
That's right. Will Smith did it. Yeah.
Issued at birth. Welcome to Earth. And then I'll punch your baby's face. I punch your little infant's body.
Right through the maternity ward. That's
You know,
right. Absolutely.
They call me the circumciser because they don't even need to use tools. They just get me in the same room as the baby. I hit it so hard, the foreskin flies right off. I can sterilize a baby in under 2 seconds. Well, bam!
I'm not Jewish. I'm American.
I'm like Emerald Lagasse if he was delivered babies.
That's right. Bam! There you go.
Bam! I'll knock the sense right out of him.
Right out of there. I'll tell you, the only hero to emerge from all of this crap is a guy that we talked about on Weird News, 3 weeks ago, I guess it was. That kid who made the app that follows Elon Musk's plane all over the place.
I love that.
This guy made an updated one, or I guess, I don't know if it's a Twitter account or whatever it is, but it follows Russian oligarchs around the world.
Oh my God. Yes.
So I was like, there you go. Now I'm putting himself to use because now let's see him complain about it. You know?
Right. Is Elon Musk on your side or not?
Exactly right.
Is he all about himself or not?
This is
Everything is just a jerk off. It's just
That's right.
like,
That's it.
it's self-fellatiating. Anything he does, I'm telling you, it's not about humanity.
Of course not.
It's because it's getting him more money.
Yeah, they're all just customers to him.
You're a bunch of customers.
Just customers. You're always wrong. Okay.
You're always wrong. I'm right. Who's got the billions here?
Yeah. Obviously, I made the right
Have
choices.
we forgotten?
Yeah.
The new Batman movie came out. Now, Zach said in his brief response to my inquiry of how it was,
Yeah.
said it was his favorite Batman movie ever.
How is that possible?
How is it possible? I think he said it was more. He says it's the most Batman movie ever. So he says it's the most like the Batman comics.
Oh, okay.
I think that's
All right.
what he was
Okay.
responding to. But I think
I would imagine it's more the writing than the acting, though.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Pattinson, I've heard is good. I know he's been in a whole bunch of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I have yet to watch like The Lighthouse or like any of his other dramatic or horror roles.
Yeah.
But I give him a shot. I mean,
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm more open because of like I know you don't like DiCaprio, but I like
I don't.
DiCaprio in his more dramatic roles. But I've seen people take turns, like even like Bob Odenkirk. He's great.
Mhm.
He's like a full on comedian, but he's great at drama.
What'd you see him take turns doing?
What?
You said I've seen him take turns, and I'm asking.
Yeah, take a turn.
Oh, you're making a turn instead of taking turns.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry, make a turn.
Sorry, it's
That was
episode
confusing.
269.
Hey,
I'm
look,
confused.
words are just sounds that we assign meaning to. Doesn't mean it.
Let's take turns talking about this bullshit. Apparently, there was a live bat that got into one of the movie theaters of the first
Ooh.
screenings of the
Oh,
film.
bonus weird news.
Yeah,
for you
so
with that.
some I didn't figure that was worth the whole
Do you
story.
think the
so I just
studio
threw that
released
in
it
there.
on purpose just to give
Probably, yeah.
just to give people rabies in case they didn't like it?
They snuck it into one of the little shells with the film in it.
It's just in somebody's popcorn.
It's just a CD these days.
Did you like
Man, that was weird. Yeah, that's pretty good. There you go.
I studied bat language.
That's right.
That's
but-
what I meant about sounds and
that's
meaning.
right. Yeah, that's people.
I use echolocation.
You have a broader lexicon than most Americans.
I don't. What people don't know here in the audience is I don't need my eyes.
That's right.
I know where to find you.
It might be International Women's Day, but I'm an interspecies kind of guy. With language. I talk to them. We don't take turns on each other or anything.
I'm taking my turn on the bat.
That's right.
Welcome to COVID-20.
We're playing baseball. Come on. Don't you know what's going on here?
Sometimes you pitch and sometimes you hit.
That's right.
That's
With
nothing.
baseball.
Nothing weird about that.
There's nothing weird with
No
the bat.
other meaning.
That's right. Nothing to do with it at all. Juan's here, by the way. So
Welcome on.
Juan's wondering if you got Juan said he got approved for all 4 days of telework.
Me
Did
too,
you?
Juan. I'm
He
so
did.
happy for
There
you.
we
I did as
go.
well. I know
Oh,
Juan was telling me he didn't think he would. I'm so excited. Yes, Juan, I'm so glad. And also, by the way, I know nobody listens to the show, including them.
Right.
I'm not going in there, bro. I am not. You won't see me in there. I'm taking days off every time I can.
There you go. That's it.
Ugh.
Sorry, I'm going to be off for the next year until we have telework approved.
Until I get my fifth day, and then I'll see you. Never.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll see how all this stuff progresses. We went from having what 70.
I love that you still run the show like you're on regular news. You do.
I do it better than the goddamn. I watch the news every morning. WGAL watch in the morning to watch the weather, and without a doubt, without fail, every single day there's some fuck up with a transition. But they use the same goddamn things every day. How? At this point,
There's a team working on that show.
that's
by
what
the
I'm
way.
saying. It's not
You're
one
the
person.
tech guy and the host.
Jesus Christ. How do people fuck this up this bad? I'm talking like they're like, and a funny little thing's going on over, and then they're like, crisis in Ukraine. It's like, whoops. That was a story about the little girl who figured out she was great at baking cookies. Looks like we messed up the transition again. Or they're today, the girl was in the middle of talking about the weather, and they just cut away from her and started talking about traffic. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What happened to the rest of the news?
That's enough weather for you.
Yeah, you've got enough information. You can figure out the rest after lunch.
Shit on the road.
That's right.
What are you
Start driving. You're already late. You know it.
Joe Calhoun, you're done, bitch.
He doesn't even do the morning anymore. He's only in the evening now. He's got to rest.
He looks like a big dick.
He's got to spend his whole day shining his head. That's what he's got to do.
Because he's got
Oh
a
my
shiny
God.
tip right there. Just the head's all
That's
bald,
it.
and then it just got wrinkles
It's
all
from, it's
down.
from all the tornadoes he's reported on. He's just like, we're all gonna die. He's just
pulling his face out like Home Alone.
He's like, wait, no, we're okay. It's fine.
Oh God, that one could have been real
Oh
bad.
man, it was upside down the
If
whole
the
time.
high pressure system and that low pressure
Woo.
system came together,
I'll tell
it
you.
could have been World War III and Armageddon all. at once.
Luckily, we have a system in place, so everything is fine now. We're all fine. Everything's good. I'm going to go back to bed.
I gotta sleep this one off. Woo, I'm stressed.
I've been drinking heavy these past 25 minutes.
when I saw that blue band with the spikes coming towards me, I'm very scared. And I felt like it was all over, guys.
Then I realized it was the DP, Greg. Hey, Greg. He just had a pen in his ear.
If this was the weather every day, I'd watch this show every fucking day. I would just shun other plans, friends, events. I'd just be like, it's the time for the news.
This is it. Now, listen, it's there is naked news. I don't know if you've ever heard of this before. It's out of Canada.
Yeah, it's Canada?
It's real. Yeah, oh yeah, it's real.
Up there.
It's real. But just throwing that out there for everybody. But anyhow,
I'll do naked news if you're a patron.
There we go. That's it. I'll do it too.
I'll sell my body.
I'm not worried about it.
That's what the exchange is for. That's why we have the system.
That's the point.
You pay me, and I'll do stuff for you.
Right. That's right. We're the jester.
Yeah, you're the king.
I don't know about all that, but
you're the jack.
You're the jack.
Jack of spades.
Get to digging.
Dig it up. Dig in those pockets and get that money out so we can get some fucking cash.
They're just telling us we need to get an OnlyFans for that, but we can do that too. We can set that up.
We can do that.
It'll be just as active as our Patreon.
That's right. It'll just be me and Matt just being naked in the room together, and
doing the same goddamn show,
and no one will watch it.
Oh man, it's just going to get better and better. It's just going to get better and better.
We should go around like I've heard that the local news people think that they have the biggest swinging dick in town.
Oh yeah.
They'll go out and there's like girls hanging off of them, and they treat people with disrespect, and they this is a firsthand account I heard about like local news people going out and acting like they're fucking big shots.
Yeah.
When they're the smallest fish in the smallest pond of all time.
Yeah.
So we should do that.
I think it's a great idea.
Let's go out and act like we're big shots. And then people will be like, people will just sort of gravitate to that mentality. People don't really care or know. Like they just want to feel important.
Exactly.
And if you give the facade that you're important, they'll follow you around.
That's all you got to do.
That's the marketing we need for this show. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's it. That's the marketing we need for the show.
I'm making myself sick.
Now you're right on point. Right, we're up to par for the show today. Making our own self nauseous.
I'm about to barf on my own chest. You got to pay extra for that, though. That's right. On our OnlyFans.
That's on the OnlyFans, and that's in the DMs too. We don't even keep that on the regular feed.
Slide into those DMs.
Oh man, you got to. You got to get that special bonus footage.
Special boner footage.
Boner footage. Yeah, it's just slips of the tongue left and right here.
Freud would be very proud.
He would be very proud. Just talking about him earlier. Yeah, that's right.
You're talking about him earlier?
Yeah. Oh, but that's neither here nor there. But,
what's he been up to lately down there?
Not a whole lot.
How much decomposition do you think
just mainly trying not to think about having sex with his own mother. That's really
that had to be his own problem,
his preoccupation.
Right? Yeah, that's got to be some projection he's doing onto his patients.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that on the one hand, he does have a point where it's like, the primal nature of humans is always interested in sex because it's all about, the continuation of the species, reproduction, whatever.
Right.
But at the same time, not everybody wants to fuck their parents, so that part was a little presumptuous, I think.
There is a bit of a leap in terms of the sexual nature of it, but the idea that your parental figures, if you have both of them, are basically your introduction to authority
your
and
archetypes.
Also your relationships. Yeah, your archetypes. I think that's kind of where the similarity should kind of end.
Yeah.
Because you could extrapolate that like you're looking for qualities like your mother.
Right.
But you might have like competition with your father. But I really don't think that that's across the board.
Yeah.
I think if you have like, let's say women, do you think women want to kill their fathers and fuck their mothers?
Right.
You got to. It can't just be a one size fits all approach here.
Yeah, I think it's more the not necessarily metaphorical, but the thematic sense of like being better than.
It sounds like plagiarism to me. He just sounds like the Oedipal complex. He literally was plagiarizing Shakespeare. Shakespeare covered this a long time ago. So what do you have to say?
Yeah, exactly.
You aren't
right.
defining the boundaries here, or you're not defining the lines here to make it more modern. So shut up, smoke your pipe and shut the fuck up.
That's what he'd love to do. Just sit there, smoke his pipe, and just try not to think about
Why do
it.
people think that they're so deserving of being heard? This is my problem with humanity.
This is
I
a
know
good
we
question.
have a podcast show,
We
but
do.
I also readily acknowledge that no one listens to it.
This is it.
And I heartily encourage that no one listens to it either.
Yes.
If you are listening and you're part of the conversation, if you're not,
If you're not part of the staff of this show, I don't know why you're listening right now. Okay,
don't run.
Walk slowly.
Until you're part of this turbo
That's
team.
right. That's exactly what it's all about. But yeah, that's I think that partially what's happened is we've just started this whole feedback loop that people are so terrified that they don't understand things, because individuality also comes with the side effect of diversity of opinion.
Mhm.
And yes, diversity of opinion is important. It helps us to get a broader perspective. But you also have to acknowledge that even when you step up to a piece of Kobe beef,
Yeah.
there was a great deal of fat that was thrown into the garbage.
I love this. I love the terminology you just used about stepping up to a piece of Kobe beef.
Well, that's it, because you have to to prepare yourself mentally that this cost me a lot of money.
You're not sitting down at a meal. You are like coming up to this.
Listen,
you're ready to challenge it.
Unless we're talking about a nice 4-day old Taco Bell quesadilla, we're looking at something that's going to involve a little bit of aggression. You're going to have to do some cutting. You're going to have to do some stabbing, some, portioning, whatever you need to do. You can't expect pre-cut portions available to you with what
$4.99.
people are trying to convince you is cheese or chicken, for that matter. Just because it's pressed and you used your printer to put little lines on it to make it look like grill marks does not make it real chicken. Okay. So that's the main thing to think about when you're dealing with this Oedipus issue. This convent of convoluted conflagration is really, really, really problematic unless you can finally figure out that indeed your Oedipus complex is an Electra complex in which you have some deeper things that you need to solve first.
I think that you're making about as much sense as Freud did right now.
It's very interesting.
Very good.
And this is, let's do some weird news.
Yes, let's please.
It's me, Mario.
Oh, God, don't get me started on that.
That fucking guy.
We're the most Italian people that ever were in the
That's
Super
right.
Mario world.
Unless you've seen another set of Italians also transformed into real Italians, transformed into video game characters.
Yeah.
I think we might corner the market on that.
We're real people turned into sprites.
This is good. We're going to have to think about this.
Yeah.
All right, internet people. We've got Juan. We've got Deirdre. We've got somebody else. We've got a third. We have a magic
Mystery
third
person.
mystery third.
Thanks for listening to our show.
That's it. And
Let's start
bearing with us this
celebrating.
far.
Let's celebrate anniversaries for our show because we are well within the 12th year of this show.
Oh,
started the show
Tyler. Tyler's out there. Tyler. That's right. Tyler says boo.
Yes.
He knows what's going on.
At least we got some of the
He
band here.
knows. He knows what's happening. Well, internet people, you're going to have to talk to Matt for a second here because I have to go and refill this
All right,
list.
guys. I'm not going to be able to look at what comments you're putting in, but I'll respond to what I think you're saying.
Tyler says, Tyler, the Patreon donator.
Tyler, the Patreon patron. The Patriot. Tyler's the only person who believes in us because he's the only person who'll put money into this stupid show. And we thank you, Tyler, for all of the hard work that you've done and the money that you wasted on this garbage. And we don't give you any new content. Tyler, put in the chat what you want us to do, and we'll do it because, that's what you're entitled to it. I could literally just sit here and talk to myself this entire time. I don't really mind. This is what I do in my normal life. By the way, even if I'm just bored and like at home, I'll just turn on the TV and yell at it because I'm basically a grumpy old man with very, very loose grasp over his mental faculties. I'm just having a soliloquy over here while I'm told Tyler. Oh, by the way, I told Tyler that anything he wants us to do, put in the chat because he's our only person who pays for us.
That's right.
Who pays for this show. So we need to provide content for Tyler specifically, and we will.
All right, let's we'll get this rolling here. So yeah, dear friends. Oh my God, we got 4 people now.
Hell yeah.
Tyler said he wants you to fix your bass amp.
Let's stick to the real world though. So we're having an appointment on Saturday morning to have it looked at. I did call. I finally got a hold of Fender.
Yeah.
And they were like, I have to go through an authorized dealer. Who's this guy? He's an organ repair guy who's been doing not human organs, but like piano organs and organ like pianist repairers.
His name's not Alan Machulis, is it?
He's in Spring Grove.
Do you know if his name is Alan Machulis?
I mean, maybe. Why?
I hope it's not.
Oh, why? He's been practicing this for like 57 years.
This is sounding like Alan Machulis. Does he have weird sideburns?
Bet Leon. So his last name, Bet Leon Organ.
Okay, no, that's not.
Alan Machulis. Who's this
Alan
guy?
Machulis is a guy that I know from a very, very long time ago from the first computer shop I worked for.
Yeah.
He's this weird dude that always gave me the willies every time I was around him. Yeah, he's trapped in like 72, something like that.
Okay.
His wardrobe, he looks like fresh pressed like clothes that somebody would wear in 1972.
Oh.
Sideburns, just like a baseball mitt of a face.
Okay.
You know, that's like it's
like Ken Burns.
Like Ken Burns. He really is like Ken Burns. It's just like a hip Ken Burns.
always hip.
For 72.
So wait, what's wrong with him?
He's just a weird dude.
He just gives you the creeps?
Yeah, I don't know.
You remember the drug dealer guy?
Yeah. Oh shit. Man, the infection must be wearing off after this amoxicillin because I'm remembering this. That's some sideburns, slick back hair.
Yeah, slick back, white couch. Live for New Year's Eve.
Chicken spaghetti at Ciccolinis.
We used to see this fucking guy. When me and Matt used to go to Walmart. So every Tuesday, if you don't already know, Tuesday's our day because our ritual was to get together on Tuesdays, and I would buy new releases of movies so he could, assuage
watch them through the night.
His fucking narcolepsy he had. No, I'm sorry. Insomnia.
Insomnia.
Sorry,
I had the opposite problem. Yeah.
You wish you had narcolepsy.
I couldn't go to sleep instead of sleeping everywhere. Yeah.
So we would get together on Tuesdays. We go to like Walmart and look through the new releases. And there was this dude. He looked like he looked like a drug dealer straight on. He was wearing these collar out, button down, like open shirts, and these big sideburns and these like Elvis sunglasses.
And he always looked like he was pissed off. He was always standing around like in a weird spot.
Yeah.
Looking around like some. But this dude, oh holy shit, it's the wires are connected now. That guy was friends with Alan Machulis. I swear to God, he was.
They both. That guy looked like. The reason I thought of his imagery was because, first of all, I have clairvoyance, but second of all, he looks like he was trapped in an era of what you just described.
Yes, this dude. So
maybe they're time travelers.
They must be time travelers, and they must have their time machine outside of that big pit of cow shit. Just outside of New Freedom, because there's so right before you come around the bend where Tom's used to be, the gas station.
Yeah.
Okay. There's that thing where there's all those cows and stuff. You know what I'm talking on 851 there?
Yeah.
There's a little shed there that's like directly connected to the road.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about? That's like practically right in the middle of that whole thing. I could pull up Google Earth right now and show you. People listening have no fucking idea what the hell I'm talking about,
Sorry,
but I
guys.
don't care because there's some weird flashbacks coming in my head. So, not really weird, but just haven't thought about this in a long time. But so I remember driving past there one day, and Alan Machulis and that guy were standing in front of that shed. And I was like, that looked like Alan Machulis. I haven't seen him in like 5 years. And so I slowed down. I turned around in the Tops gas station, and I drove back past, and they're standing out in front of this place.
Doing
And there's
nothing?
like a collapsed camper, like one of those pop-up campers, but
Yeah.
it's collapsed all the way, sitting in front of it. And
Is this
they're
where they lived?
I don't know what the hell was going on, but they're standing there and they're like pointing at each other, like, and the guy's got a face on like he's upset or something like that. But then again, he always looked like that.
I've never seen him happy.
Yeah, I was going to say I never saw a smile or anything, but they're just going back and forth about all this. It was weird. I
That is so odd.
don't know. They knew each other though.
They lived in that
I
camp.
don't know if either of them are still alive. That's why I'm speaking past tense.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, these guys were older when we, encountered them, and this was like a decade ago.
I know, it's crazy. I don't know.
I kind of miss that in our adventures that we used to like go out and encounter random weird people in town.
The
'Cause I'm
randomness
telling
was
you,
always nice.
York County, Pennsylvania is rife with characters. I
Oh.
saw a dude walking a raccoon at Rutter's.
There you
one
go.
night.
That's it.
It's another Thursday.
It's like so much weird shit. This weird news is nothing compared to what we've seen.
No way. Can't even come close. Can't even hope to
Can't
come
hold
close.
a candle to this.
God damn son of a bitch. Let's just hold on now. Pardon me, everybody. I gotta.
Pardon my language.
Well, I don't care about this. What?
I have to show you this. You ever seen Storage Wars?
I have seen Storage Wars. Yes.
So there's that one of the seasons. There's this like his huge guy, and he was like
There we go.
he was one of the like he's one of the bidders.
Mhm.
One of like the characters on the show, and he was working with this guy Barry from the first season, and Barry's like, ah shit, and he like sheepishly looks at the camera and he goes, watch your profanity.
No. Okay.
Oh
There
man,
we go.
if you look it up on YouTube, people listening, you won't be disappointed.
You won't be disappointed. That's what Matt says. I don't make any promises
I
because
promise the world.
because we don't
and the
lie.
moon.
We don't lie on this show, and so I'm not sure. So I'm not going to tell you.
I can give you the world. I can show you the world.
That's right. Shining, shimmering, splendid. So let's speaking the show in the world. Let's start weird
go
news
back
here
on
once
our
I
recording.
get this damn thing. See, this is why you tune
Tyler,
in,
this
folks.
is what you're paying for.
This is why I think Tyler's gone. There's only 2 people
Oh,
now.
well, bye,
so,
Tyler.
yeah,
Sorry.
we had 4. I don't know who the 4th was, but I'm guessing
Briefly.
we might still have one. I'm sure Juan's still here, but
Yeah.
I guess 2 is Deirdre. Maybe we don't know, but it doesn't really make a difference. Whoever's watching's watching. It's all good. We're gonna start the weird news thing here as soon as I can get the damn thing in place. And
If
here,
Juan, you got to before we start actually recording, Juan, if you have some free time, I know you're gonna have 4 days of telework
there you go.
like me. If you have some free time on Tuesday, you're more than welcome to come up,
Yeah,
and we're gonna play your song at
That's
the
it.
end of the show.
absolutely.
Juan is the low.
Juan has confirmed that he is here.
Yes,
We knew it. We knew
Juan.
it. And,
If Juan's here, that's all I need.
and away we go.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah!
Weird news on the Kickstart with Matt.
Help me, Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise used the witch told me to get the fire off me! Oh, help me, Oprah Winfrey! Ah!
A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. The human torch is denied a bank loan. The arsonist has bought his shit.
And now with this week's weird news, here's
Alrighty, so away we go with the weird news here. Buckle in, folks. We're gonna run the gamut here. Okay, we're not looking at huge stories, but we are looking at a couple of strange things.
I'm prepared, and also I just want to make a quick mention.
Go for it. Yeah.
Chris has time to be on Zach's podcast, called the comics that we love. He's got his episode out right now,
He does.
talking about Batman.
Yep.
And I'm
Of course.
wondering, where is the love, Chris? The love is lost.
I wish I had it.
After the love is gone.
Yeah, that's even better. I was going to do You Lost That Love and Feeling, but that's yeah.
My mind is always on Earth, Wind, and
Oh,
Fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, baby. It's all about them harmonies. Yeah.
100%.
If you don't have the harmonies, you're missing too many people. So,
Quite literally.
All right, let's wad this in for the people viewing at home. Let's see here. So, for our first one, we're going to take a little GTA break here. Police officers in California were left scratching their heads when a boat was found abandoned in a street and tied to a no parking sign.
That's the best part of the image. It's tied off on a no parking sign.
Yep, only in California. There you go.
Couldn't be better planned.
Well, the local police department said in a Twitter post that an officer found a boat parked without a trailer at the side of a Los Angeles street.
That's a boatload of disregard.
Yeah, well, this is the so the department tweeted a cheeky message: "Ahoy! You can't park there." At least the captain was kind enough to anchor his boat to the street sign before he abandoned ship. And as you can see in here, if you're watching with us, it is clearly just a ratchet strap that has been cut off.
I think it's called. I see it as a way of creatively getting rid of your trash.
This is a possibility.
The city has to take on the burden of getting rid of that.
It looks like one of the seats is broken off and laying sideways.
Yeah.
There's clearly a life jacket on board, and the ladder has been deployed.
Yes,
so there was definitely an emergency of some sort, but
they had to quick get off of there.
We're not sure. Yeah, we're not sure.
Oh fuck, we're not even in water.
It's COVID's over. I guess we can go back to land now. So that's
like the zombie apocalypse.
Right. They've just been waiting out there on the water for all this time. Well, the boat was removed by city crews and taken to a local tow yard.
See,
there you go. Of course, it's
point made and case closed.
According to Police Sergeant Rudy Gatto, he said the boat's registration was out of date and a notice will be sent to the owner. He said
he fucked up.
He said, but the boat had not been reported stolen. So there you go.
Well, that's even worse.
That is.
You should, if you're going to dump it for the city to take care of, report it stolen, or get rid of your registration information off of it.
Right.
Like, just all you gotta do is remove your tags and your.
I gave it to
info.
a guy at the gas station for a couple sticks of gum.
Right. We traded.
I was on my way to a date.
Slips.
I forgot to do a little Listerine, freshen up before I left the house. I needed gum, and I didn't have enough cash on me to buy some.
This boat.
That's right. So I just gave him my boat.
You know what they say about boats?
That's right. They always sink. So they always sink. So on to the next story. A thief, I'll tell you what sunk, a thief who broke into a freight truck in Denver, Colorado this week made out with some macabre cargo.
Oh.
This is the one that you predicted ahead of time.
Oh.
A box of human heads. A whole box.
First of all, why is there a box full of heads?
Yep.
And what? Where was it going? The guy just stole a bunch of heads.
Somehow he got a hold of a whole box full of human heads.
That's pretty. I would think that's pretty lucrative. That's a lucrative score.
It could be. I mean, depending upon what you're trying to do,
man.
Yeah.
Where else are you going to get a bunch of severed heads?
Allison said, "I knew this would make the news."
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I told you, Allison.
Oh, that was a winner right there.
She knows it. Allison has
get the air horn on that one. Here we go. So what the? Oh, that was wrong. So I just turned up Chris's microphone. I turned up Chris's microphone.
I was wondering
accident.
why there was a mysterious box that was also dripping blood in the house recently.
Who knows? Who knows what that is? Could be paint. Could be anything. Could be beet juice. According to a release,
ignore the smell.
That's right. Just ignore the smell. It's just beet juice. According to a release from the Denver Police Department, the truck was parked in East Denver when someone broke in sometime between 2:30 in the morning, or rather 2:30 in the evening on Wednesday and 9:30 a.m. Thursday.
What is 2:30 in the evening?
I guess they're like,
that's not
done with the heads now.
That's not evening. 2:30 is either afternoon or morning. There is no such thing as 2:30 in the evening.
That's why all your fucking heads are getting stolen.
The sun
you don't
is
even
either-
have yours on straight.
The sun is either in the highest point in the sky at 2:30, or it's completely on the other side of the fucking earth at 2:30. Either AM or PM, but there is no such fucking thing as 2:30 in the evening. I take some serious issue with this. Get your fucking times right.
It's just they're still struggling with
Who
all
wrote
that.
this garbage?
Well, we already went over how long they train for the police academy. So the unknown suspect stole a dolly and a box labeled exempt human specimen, singular.
He was going after the human parts.
Apparently, he was. The human tales. Humans have big bottoms and wear bad shorts, and they walk around saying "Hi, Helen." There you go. There's a little movie quote from you. The box was full of human heads meant to be used for medical research.
Yeah. Medical,
AKA
quote,
being sewn onto chimpanzee torsos.
we know what you're doing.
We know what you're doing.
We know that you're trying to just reanimate other people.
We saw Planet of the Apes.
Too many
We
times.
know.
I saw
Mark
Marky Mark.
Wahlberg knows.
And the way they did his makeup, the worst.
I have a terrible thing to say about Mark Wahlberg.
Say it. Say it. He beat a guy. He almost beat a guy to
I
death.
know he did.
Yeah.
He's a terrible person.
Say it.
No, I can't. It's terrible. It's really bad. I'm not going to say it. So I'll tell you later. The box also bore a Science Care label. Science Care is a program for donating bodies to science for research and educational purposes. Oh, what do you got there? A box elder book. Lots of boxes. So what is it? Oh, that's a stink bug.
Yeah.
As Matt does battle with the stink bug.
I'm fighting a stink bug right now.
Very
For your
audibly.
entertainment. This is like I feel like Russell Crowe in Gladiator. I feel like Matt with his hair lip is about to do a thumbs down.
Oh, that's it.
And then he's going to go play the iconic role of the Joker.
That's right. I'm going to say, where are more of these gold olive trees? I want more hats.
Oh yes, I love the feel of these gold-plated leaves on my tender skull.
Well, at this point, no arrests have been made, and investigators are working to gather more information and recover the stolen human remains. Should someone find the box containing human heads discarded and abandoned, quote unquote, authorities are asking
That's
that
like when the teacher tells you, like, I'm going to turn around, close my eyes.
right, and
whoever did it, just bring it back.
bring it back, and we won't ask any questions. And then everybody's watching with mirrors and all that kind of thing. So they said authorities are asking them to immediately call the Denver Police Department.
That's a brilliant. I'm sorry, but just for the for like the diversion here, but that is a brilliant strategy by teachers if it's a young enough class, because they don't actually have to look. Any of the kids would rat that kid out later.
Oh, instantly.
So that there's the punishment is coming anyway.
That's right. Just go to the deputy.
That's right. Hall monitor.
Doofy, tell me what happened. So that's all you got to know. Well, speaking of all, we got
what was the resolution of that?
That was it.
For just asking you to just peacefully return
if
these heads.
anybody knows what's going on, give them a call.
Who stole these heads, and how are you going to keep them refrigerated and like preserved?
I mean, in the
What are you gonna
refrigerator.
do?
That's
You gotta have to buy like a freezer.
Well, you
just
could put
for
them in
these heads. What market is there? Like, what black market is there?
Listen,
where you
Jeffrey
can
Dahmer did
sell
it for a
human heads?
long time.
What was he doing with these heads?
Well, you don't want to know what he was doing with the heads. We can't talk about it on our YouTube page. It's fine on Facebook, but YouTube's no good.
We're
But
not monetized. We can do whatever we want.
that's actually true. They're not watching us as close because
Yeah,
they're
they
not
don't-
giving us any money.
They don't care. They're
Just
really
like
leaving us-
everybody else.
They're
except
really
for
letting.
Tyler.
That's right. That's right. The only the person above all the rest of these systems and these like social media sites is Tyler.
That's it. So get your amp fixed. That's our Patreon's request. That's all you got to do.
I'm on the job, Tyler.
There you go. That's what we want to hear from a government worker. New York City man needed to be. This is what you don't want to hear from a government worker. A New York City man needed to be rescued twice on consecutive days while hiking a northern Arizona mountain range.
This is my brother. Not the one you guys know.
Not that one, yeah. The other one. Well, 28-year-old Brooklyn man first called 911 on Wednesday about 7 p.m. to say he got lost while hiking Humphreys Trail on the San Francisco
Hey
Peaks.
guys, where am I? You're on the mountain. I know, but I don't know where I'm on.
It's real
high
dark.
up. What do you think we know the whole thing? Keep walking straight until you run into something new.
Hello, police is real dark and I'm real high. I don't know what's going on right now.
Can you just call the cops if you're lost? Can you be
Yeah.
like, hey, help me out? Well, actually, the funny story, but when I was a little kid,
Yeah.
I was at that same brother I was mentioning, his
Yeah.
soccer game.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I got separated from my parents at some point. I don't know why. And like, I think I was just wandering as a kid.
Sure.
I ended up getting lost and I couldn't find him. And so like I walked up to a cop
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, all right, this cop should be able to help. And he beat me mercilessly.
He punted me across the field. Luckily, my family saw me go through the field goal and they picked me up in the end zone.
They recovered me for a touchdown. That's a
It was an interception, and they stole one for the Gervais again.
But he led me back to he just walked me around and helped me find my family, whatever. But
Hey, you know this kid?
is this your fucking
Move
kid?
along, move along.
And he beat like a bunch of people on the journey for us. Thankfully, I was white. So,
That's right.
so he didn't just mercilessly beat the hell out of me
You made it.
or plant drugs on me or whatever. But yeah, that's one of those times you can trust the cops to help you find your way. And I guess this guy did the same.
You've got to when you have the opportunity. The trail runs through some 5.5 miles of steep, rocky terrain between the Arizona Snowball Ski Resort and Humphreys Peak, the state's highest point, with an elevation of 12,633 feet. That's 3,851 meters for those of us listening across the pond. Snowcat vehicles from the ski resort drove the man off the mountain, and he died immediately. No. Snowcat vehicles from the ski resort drove the man off the mountain, and he declined medical attention. But at 5 p.m. the next day, the hiker again called 911 to say he needed help after injuring himself in a fall near a ridge on Humphreys Trail.
This is like one of those guys who's too stubborn to admit that he can't do something. Oh, fuck.
I've got it! As he hobbles along with crutches, and then he falls off a cliff face.
He's like David Cross in Scary Movie.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of the whole time. I could do it myself, Juan, with self-flagellating. So but you say that was the first time he ever heard the word. But
really?
yeah, apparently
Ooh.
he knows all these other things, Juan.
It's just sounds with meaning.
That's all it
As
is.
we
It's
covered.
all just different songs being sung. An Arizona Department of Public Safety rescue helicopter was sent to pick up the man and another hiker who had stopped to help him. The man who was not identified was provided.
Are you okay, buddy?
yes.
Ah! Are you sure? Hey,
Okay.
are you all right? Ah! Should I call somebody? Ah!
You want a grilled cheese? It's cold. It's the only one I have
He
left.
carries cold grilled cheeses on it.
It's more like coagulated grilled cheese, coagulated cheese at this point. And it's Velveeta. It's not even real cheese. It's just vegetable
Mostly
glycerin.
If you put this grilled cheese sandwich
It's yellow, though.
in your gas tank, you can get 30 miles to the gallon. I wonder if anybody ever filled up their gas tank with Velveeta.
With Velveeta, man, I used to eat Velveeta like crazy when I was a kid.
Velveeta is the number one most disgusting cheese.
Oh, my
next
God.
to Kraft, in my opinion.
I will only ever
American
eat
cheese, I
it
should
in a
say.
grilled cheese, though. That or on top of broccoli. That's how I used to
I think
have it
that's
as
the
a
only
kid.
way that it's ever
It's
meant
got to
to
be
eaten.
meltable. It's basically like one step up from nacho cheese from a dispenser with a button.
Ugh.
You know, that's because that stuff I was like, oh, this is kind of like Velveeta. Then I was like, whoa, never mind.
Oh
Yeah,
God!
yeah,
Oh
the-
my God!
the
This
Velveeta-
is coming from somebody who eats three-day old tacos.
That's right. As long as you can slice that cheese, then it's better than the nacho cheese from
I
a
literally-
gas station dispenser.
I'm like way too stuck up, but I buy blocks of cheese and I have a cheese slicer that I slice every time I like make a sandwich or make burgers. I like slice the cheese off a block.
And do you mean like it's a like a knife, or do you have something?
No, I
that's-
have a tool. It's a
You have
cheese
a-
slicer tool.
You have a specific tool.
Yeah, I have a specific. It's a
so
wire.
that tells you.
It's a wire that has like varying. I can like screw the bottom portion of it up higher or lower depending on how thick of a slice I want, and it has a handle. So I just like run it down the block of cheese, and it's slices off a nice, perfect slice for me.
Join us in 2 weeks for another episode of How Your Tax Dollars Are Spent with Matt and Matt.
I buy the most.
I only like to kill my cheese with a garrote wire that needs to go gently. It slices right through its delicate layers of flesh.
That's essentially how I do it.
Yeah, that's basically it. That's
I spend all your tax money on delicious smoked cheeses.
Say, listen, Juan. We've got a flurry of comments here in the chat, and I try to just keep them as topical or whatever is possible because it's wonderful to see all these things. But I've got to share this one because Juan's backing me up. It's not real cheese. You know what cheese is good though? Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
All right,
I see Juan getting Matt's back.
Juan. You
Matt
and me.
needs some support.
You and me.
I'm not going to be in his corner.
You and me.
I'm in the other corner because I'm here to combat.
I wish there was a Taco Bell near MonsterCon because it'd be my treat.
Bring some.
We'll DoorDash it. We'll figure it out. We'll DoorDash it right to the lobby. We'll sit there with Karen from Maryland. We'll get all the Taco Bell. We're like, listen, I know you guys are going to a fancy restaurant. Get some Italian food, but let's do some Taco Bell first. Let's pregame a little bit.
How much will we have
for heartburn?
How much will we have to bribe Carolyn from Maryland?
Yeah,
to be able to be the chauffeur
for
whoever
us to go to Taco Bell,
and we take them. We make a pit stop to Taco Bell on the way to the airport.
No. Listen. Fuck Christopher Lloyd. Take us to Taco Bell.
No.
He can get across the street by himself.
No.
He's not that old.
We replace the chauffeur and we take Christopher Lloyd
to Taco Bell.
That's what I'm saying.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what we're here for.
Christopher Lloyd, I'm sorry, but we have we've
he'll never know. We'll have to stop him from getting out
this car
to get on his plane.
And once we're traveling over 8 miles an hour, he can't get out.
8 miles. When this baby goes up to 8 miles an hour,
I can't go anywhere.
I can't see anything, and it's some serious shit. I'm scared. I'm concerned. Where am I?
Oh God, it's so good. It's so good.
Is there Taco Bells at the airport?
At the airport? I don't know that I've ever heard of that before.
I've never seen one from. I
somewhere I'm sure there is, but certainly not at BWI. I don't think. Yeah.
No, there's like a Phillips. There's like a Chinese place and like McDonald's or something.
That's it. That's all.
That's all I got.
Starbucks, of course.
Starbucks, yeah.
But so the let's see here. The Arizona Department of Public Safety rescue helicopter was sent to pick up the man and another hiker who stopped to help him. The man who was identified, who was not identified.
Just went on a 10-minute tirade about cheese. Sorry, please continue.
Listen, if there's one thing that I'm going to allow on this show, it's a tirade about cheese. Okay,
the cheese referee.
I cannot get enough. I cannot get enough. I'll tell you there.
I've got this cheese tangent.
Did I ever let you try this pimento cheese that I have?
No.
Oh my God! I'm going to give you a piece once we're done the show.
All right.
It's a life changer, folks. If you can find it, I don't even remember the brand.
It's the caviar of the South.
I tried some. I was down at my parents' house, and my dad was like, "Hey, you got to try this cheese." And I was like, "I trust you because he's brought me all the best cheeses that I've ever had in my life." And sliced off a piece of this. This is like the perfect balance of everything that you want in cheese for an Italian palate. If you've ever been to an Italian store before, folks, especially in Baltimore, if you've ever been to any of them down there, that unmistakable aroma that you get the moment you walk through the door of all the stinking cheeses hanging from the rafters, that's the beautiful encapsulation you get. I'm getting off track. So the man who was not identified.
Matt is a cheesemonger, by the way. Literally a cheesemonger.
Oh, I love it. Was provided with preventative search and rescue education about the conditions on the trail while approaching winter storms and encouraged not to attempt to hike the trail again.
Stop getting hurt. We're tired of picking your dumb ass up.
We don't have any more time to come and rescue you. So
we got a lot of sitting around to do, and I'm tired of this.
Just stay where you are. Just stay where
Stay
you
down
are.
on this elevation.
There you go.
Oh, my.
Well, here we go. You know who this is, Matt?
Amelia Earhart.
This is Amelia Earhart. You're exactly right. And I'll tell you something else. Her leather helmet, which was once worn on a flight across the Atlantic in 1928, and later lost in a crowd of fans, was sold at auction recently for $825,000.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a lot more than that.
That cap right there was sold for $825,000. The helmet worn by went to an anonymous bidder in an online-only sale called eBay. That closed Sunday. No, I just made that part. It wasn't actually eBay.
I've seen more historically significant stuff getting sold on eBay.
Well, the strange thing is that it wasn't an anonymous bidder because they list the person's name in the. Oh no, this is the seller. I'm sorry. The seller was Anthony Twiggs.
Anthony Twiggs.
He had enough.
He's a helmet collector.
That's all he's got left. 67-year-old Minnesotan who had tried for years to prove that the leather aviator's helmet was inherited from his mother.
I know
that it was really Amelia Earhart.
I know the owner of this is dead.
So this was the thing. I when the headline for this story was very deceptive because it was talking about Amelia Earhart's, her cap had been sold at auction, and so my first thought was she knew that she was going down.
She sold it
onto this island. She was like, I'm going to put my hat in a safety deposit box, give my friend a key, tell them that they can't open it. They're going to do like a Back to the Future situation. They can't open it until, 1985. They're going to go in there, find my hat, sell it, send me the money on this island, that's inhabited by cannibalistic pygmies. And then as the queen of this island, I will be able to use that money to buy a whole fleet of cruise ships, sail back to America, and become the first female president of the United States of America on International Women's Day.
On her 125th birthday.
But unfortunately, she forgot about the cannibalistic pygmies, so she didn't make it.
Even though that was factored in, that she would be the queen of that culture.
She didn't.
She forgot that they were a little more cannibalistic than
she didn't make it in the election. The elections are very brutal over there on the island.
She was elected to be lunch.
That's it. Yes. So my mother kept it for Amelia. She thought it was the neatest thing. It was never about the boy she would even name. She said, he did.
What was that?
That's it.
What sentence was that?
She said Twiggs inherited the helmet after his mother's death more than 20 years ago, but had a difficult time convincing experts that it really had belonged to Amelia Earhart. So that all changed last fall when Twiggs succeeded in using photo magic technology to authenticate the helmet.
Wait, what was it called?
So, what's with the
technology?
Photo matching technology.
Oh, I thought you said photo magic.
Photo magic technology.
I was like, that doesn't sound real technical.
We just reach into the picture and we pull the hat out. That's all we got to do.
We hire Merlin. He comes in.
It's real. That's all we can tell.
Yeah, he casts a spell, and that's how we get it.
This is the way that we achieve
photo matching technology.
Yeah, so I guess basically what they do is they try and take the
This is a brand of hat. It's not like. Why does that necessitate it was worn by Amelia Earhart? It could mean it was anybody's fucking hat back then. I bet you all the bombers who threw nukes over Hiroshima and Nagasaki wore the same fucking hat.
Yeah, they were real.
Jesus Christ.
28. That was before all that, I think. Huh? Wasn't it before all that? That was like
1928.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're already in production.
She knew. They were already popular by then. Everybody had one.
Yeah,
everybody had one. Like a pair of Hanes. There you go.
That's right. It's only 20-some years later. There's shirts I have that are over 20 years old that I still wear.
Oh, I've got plenty.
There's absolutely 100% chance that this hat could have been worn by the guy flying the Enola Gay.
Yep.
And bombing those poor, innocent people.
You know what I'm going to do?
It's a charred bits of nothing.
So I've got a little bit of a, well, for those of you who know me personally, I have a little bit of a collector bone in my body here.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I think it's his tibia.
So yeah, it's one of the major bones. So the spinal cord. So that's right. So I'm going to take a look and go back through the bins, and potentially for our return episode for 270, I'm going to try and wear the shirt that I wore the day that Matt and I met for the very first time. I don't know if I still have it or not, but I think I might.
Will you fit in it?
I think, probably. But actually, I probably do. I wear the exact same size shirt that I have since I was in elementary school. A medium. They were big on me then. They're regular on me now.
You grew into all of your clothes over your lifetime.
This is the key when you have hand-me-downs.
What shirt what day did we meet for the first time? Are you talking about the first time we talked, or the first time we met?
The first time we met?
When we toured the school?
Yes.
Oh.
It was a blue shirt. It had 5 Pokemon across the chest, and it said Pokemon above it.
Oh my god.
Yep. Navy blue.
Don't get that wrong, navy blue.
I don't know what happened yesterday, but I remember that fucking shirt. So, but
that was the moment I realized I'd never be friends with
that's
Matt.
exactly right. And here we are, 269 episodes later. Still never going to be friends.
100% a fool.
That's
right now.
That's right.
And
Jokes on you.
That's
Jokes
right.
on you. There you go.
And we're still not friends.
That's right. Juan's asking how old we were when we met. I don't know. Do you know how old
10.
we were? 10. Yeah. So there you
I
go.
was 10, and I think you were
I was
11.
11,
if we
yeah.
were in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were 11. I was 10.
Well, it
Yep.
wouldn't have been summertime because kids were there. So it would have been.
Oh.
It would have been in the spring.
Oh, so maybe you were 10 as well. If it was before your birthday in May.
Right. Yeah,
Then-
it is possible. I don't know how I would be able to validate that, but yeah.
It was 23
Around that.
years ago.
Yeah,
We
basically.
can definitely
Yeah.
say that for sure.
Yeah, it's been a spell.
My God. I just realized
Sometimes things are used for
the only
what they're meant for.
I haven't even had teeth as old as the amount of time I've known you for.
There you are.
That's a problem
That's
right there.
That's a problem. And I'm about to get teeth taken out that I've had since I've known you. Speaking of taking out, 3 anglers are safe after a homemade ice fishing shanty was blown about a mile across the bay in Michigan by winds nearly 50 miles an hour.
Oh my God.
So here we go. Again, 2 weeks ago, I think it was something like that, where that guy who resigned, he was like the mayor or something like that, or the governor or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how they were going to use all the ice fishing shanties for prostitution.
That's right.
This one was blown so hard it went across the bay. So a person on shore called the county dispatch about 8 a.m. Sunday after seeing someone struggling with the shanty as it was being blown across the
Did they like hammer canned food lids into
No,
this thing?
this is actually
what the fuck is
this is actually a normal thing to do. Basically, what this is, they're little. I don't know if they're aluminum, but they're some kind of flexible metal, and you run a nail through the center of them. And what they do is they provide a wider coverage for the tack, basically, so that you're not dealing with just the head of the nail to hold the materials together. That this wide, it's almost like a washer on a nut.
But why does it look like it's randomly just like peppered across the wall?
Well, it's actually following the stud lines of where all the wood is on the inside of so that you're looking at the bottom ones are for the bottom plate, and then you have the studs that come up vertically there.
Why are there 2 right dead in the middle of the
Because
door?
around a door, you have the studs that support it, and then normally you put another set of studs with a little bit of tolerance so that you can sit the door into that frame, and then you shim it on either side so that the door is hanging plumb, and that way it doesn't swing open or closed on its own.
How do they remedy the fact that it looks ugly as hell? It looks like
Looks absolutely terrible. Normally, we hang siding over top of this shit, so you don't even see it. But when you're dealing with an ice shanty that apparently has tracks on it, much like a toboggan that a bunch of huskies would drag
Right.
through the ice and snow,
What expectation
you
did
don't
they
worry
have?
about it. Yeah, and it looks like a rubber roof on there. I'm just going to throw that out there
Yeah.
too. I'm
What
not
were
sure.
they expecting
what's
that was
going
going to
on.
happen to this ice shanty?
Apparently,
like-
not this.
Did they think it was heavy enough to not be blown by wind? Like we've had tractor trailers get thrown off the road from wind.
Absolutely right. Yeah,
What-
we've
how's
also
this
had
any
tractor
different?
trailers crash into a bridge on 83 for no reason. Because they just thought that they were not tall enough. Well, the men refused medical. Oh, wait, we skipped a bit here. The shanty, which had been occupied by 3 men, was about 1.5 miles offshore when deputies arrived. They said the fire department airboat was taken to the site for rescue, but the 3 men eventually were able to make it across the ice to shore on their own. I'm not getting in the fucking boat. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it.
They're lucky that it was still icy where they landed.
Oh my God.
1.5 miles away from the start point. who's to say what the ice thickness level is going to be, or
That's
even
it.
if there is going to be ice?
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah.
My God.
Well, the men refused medical treatment. They told deputies that they spent Saturday night on the ice in the shanty and were aware of the approaching storm, but apparently they took for granted the power of the winds.
They got it on a goddamn toboggan sled.
Let me just
What
throw
do they
this out
expect
there.
was going to happen?
These guys were not fishing, and they did not want any police reports. They did not want anybody to know what was going on. They also didn't want them to inspect the ice shanty to find out that there was no hole in the floor for them to fish through, only a hole in the wall for them to fish through. The men were making arrangements to return to shore when wind gusts began to push the shanty across the ice. McKinley Township is located in Michigan's Thumb region. That's what we're calling it now because it's a mitten. There you go.
Right,
about
that one's
120 miles north of Detroit. So there you go. There you go, folks. So if the winds start kicking up, don't,
Just blow me.
just finish what you're doing. We're not going to ask you what you're doing because we're all right with it. Whatever you do, we're supporting you here.
When the wind blows, you blow harder.
That's exactly right. Blow harder, blow faster. Just get all this stuff to a conclusion where everybody's content. And then you need to get the fuck off the ice. And don't think that just because an animal can walk across the ice that you can. You weigh more than an animal, especially after what you did. So you need to take your time. You need to make sure that there is adequate support underneath of your feet because you're now a little bit heavier and you've been sitting there for a while. All right. This is
Eating hot dogs
you
and
know,
trout.
You know what you're doing.
You know what
You know
what you
exactly
did.
what you're doing, and you know how you're going to monetize it. All right. So once you figure all that out, make sure you can get back home to your computer so you can upload it to the internet so that you can make your fans waiting with bated breath so they can finally have the response that they've been calling for so very long. This is what it's all about. If you can't figure out what we're talking about, then you need to get back to work because obviously you have not
You haven't
dove
tried. You haven't
deep
tried
enough
hard enough.
down this rabbit hole. Yeah, you haven't tried hard enough. That's really the conclusion.
Can I make a random point here? I think
Please.
it's funny that somebody abandoned a boat on the road and
Yes.
tied it off to a sign, and these guys on an ice fishing house with sled legs on it didn't anchor into anything.
Nope, they're
They
like,
could have put a
don't
wire
worry about
back
it.
to a
There's
tree.
no way that this is going anywhere. Physics says nothing about solid
The
things
level
traveling
of
across ice.
friction is
There's nothing that we need to worry about whatsoever. It really it's a Jumanji situation.
one of those times where Robin Williams comes in your house as a grown
What a
adult.
nightmare. And you just pray that he hasn't done a whole bunch of cocaine first, because otherwise everything is broken. Your family heirlooms, your grandma's china cabinet, everything is
Your
in
heart.
pieces on the ground. Your heart, everything is gone. And Robin Williams is just going, ho, ho, and he's just dancing all over your roof like he's some sort of twisted springtime Santa Claus. And you're just asking him, please, to switch to decaf. And he refuses to do it. And he just keeps begging for more coffee. He doesn't even drink it at this point because there's no room left in his stomach. He just absorbs it through all of his pores. It goes into all these little tiny corpuscles that lead into
He
these
pours it on the floor and he lays.
Basically, it's a bath at this point. It's just a big coffee bath at this point, and that's all he can really want. It really, because ultimately, it's not so much at this level about trying to create a character. It's maintaining your sanity, and the only way you can continue to make it through this life is to drink gallons and gallons and gallons. We're talking like full grain silos full of hyper caffeinated coffee that really it should not be able to fit into a living human being at a comfortable level.
Diuretic.
But
Comes out
ultimately,
quick.
this is what it's about. It's
That's how you can
it's
drink
the
so much.
fluid exchange that we're forgetting about.
It's self-imposed schizophrenia.
This is what it's all about.
He's residing with a character he's created for himself in his own mind,
That's it.
and now it's a struggle for control.
That's right. The Nazis didn't have enough time to explore the realm of self-induced.
If that the psychological warfare angle, they were working on it, and they couldn't get it figured out before
They were
this.
going to do that slow burn and try and
Before the
get
end.
everybody addicted to coffee enough that they would just go absolutely crazy with all of it. But it just didn't work out for them. But sometimes Robin Williams comes, he flies in your window,
Yeah,
right? Like Peter Pan, and you're like, whoo. Man, that must have been some crazy little toots you did on the way to get in here. And depending upon how old you are, you can figure out what that means. And so we're either way, you're flying through the window. And so that's the important part. That's why we
Whether
use
it's open or
the
not.
verbiage that we're using. But one way or the other, we know that Robin Williams is operating at a 10, maybe even an 11 or a 12. Maybe not so much anymore, but there was a point in which
I'll tell you what, there's so much cocaine running through his body that he's still moving under the ground.
I'm looking forward
right
to
now.
to next year's Oscar season because he's guaranteed to make a sweep.
He's about to take over the entire process.
That's-
Start to finish,
Start
every category.
every single one, every single category, every single possibility. He's going to be there everywhere. He's presenting all the awards, receiving all the awards. It's completely Robin Williams, 24/7. This is going to be the
It's
longest
like-
Oscars that's ever happened.
It's like when you cut a chicken's head off,
Yes.
and it continues to run.
Exactly
The
right.
electrical impulses are still
Never stop.
in the body.
Can't stop, won't stop.
I bet he's causing half the earthquakes in California.
He's going to do all the musical performances too. It's going to be a hell of a show.
I'll watch it. And we can prove afterwards we can sell his hat on eBay.
Hats on
Using
eBay.
Photo magic technology.
All we got to do is pull out some of that photo magic technology.
and somebody will spend
Oh, no.
almost $1 million on it.
You know that they will. They're going to be eagerly awaiting
How
that
many-
bidding process.
For a takeaway from that story, there's a lot of suckers with a lot of money.
This really is the takeaway. That's exactly right. This
So
is the
get
realm
creative
of America. Right.
And go on eBay.
Get creative.
You should try to sell like magic beans that like Jack and the Beanstalk beans.
Whatever you can find. Just make it. Take a couple pictures. Use innocuous Photoshop.
Right.
And that is a level. That's available on Adobe.com. Innocuous
It's called
Photoshop.
innocuous Photoshop.
Yeah. It's where it just gives you just enough of an illusion that somebody could believe it. And then you can have your own podcast for 269 episodes.
That's right. And you could waste 269 hour and some change amount of time of your own and others.
And then you can see us next time on another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt.
And that's it, folks.
And that's it. Goodbye.
Remember, you're not going to see us next week.
That's it.
So
There's
if you're waiting next Tuesday and you're like, where's the episode? If you're waiting next Monday, real late at night, after Matt and I get done talking, after the show is over and talking about how terrible the episode was, remember, we're not there. We're not going to be there. I'm going to be in bed, probably full of painkillers.
Right.
Just the Office just playing in the background on my TV.
Matt's going to be flying high.
He's
going to be full of Oxycontin.
God, I hope I hope that
Tell
I
him
will
give you the good stuff.
That's what I'm going to say. I hope that I'm not going to feel a goddamn thing for a whole week, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to. So I'm preparing myself at this juncture. But after that, we will see you. So in 2 weeks, we'll be back. We will be bringing you the same worthless bullshit that we do every single week.
Guaranteed.
And we'll have 2 whole episodes or 2 weeks of weird news.
That's
you
true.
know, that we can compile together to tell you about Guinness World Records and probably a couple of lottery winners.
always
all
that.
the usual stuff. Unless this guy starts making more Twitter accounts.
I'll tell you what, we're not going to have any listeners after this next week because
Nope.
people are going to do something productive with their time
I
next
doubt it.
Tuesday. And they're going to be like,
This is
don't
what I
need
used to
this
do.
show.
This is what I used to do. Yeah, exactly right. It's like the first time that you realize, like, oh, wait a minute. I don't need to have this stuff every single time I try and wake up in the morning. You're just going to put the bottle down.
put the cocaine away.
Put the cocaine away and just switch to a silo of hyper caffeinated coffee.
That's right. High test.
High test.
It's $5 a gallon.
It's only going up.
It's only It's only going up.
All right, internet people,
We're
thanks.
just desperately struggling
Oh my
to give
God.
you funny content. I can't be funny anymore. I've lost it all.
I'm just riddled with anxiety, just waiting to get these. And the worst part is all of the teeth that I'm getting taken out are in the very back. And I've already struggled with TMJ. Perhaps it's because of all of these bad teeth. I don't know.
I think
But
it's going to be
every
better.
time I've had anything done in the back of my mouth, I can't talk for like 3 weeks because my fucking jaw locks up because of it. But this may very well be the problem.
I think
Who
having
knows?
having less teeth in the
Yeah.
back is going to help you a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's going to relieve a little bit of the stress on your jaw.
Yeah, I
honestly.
think it might too. I'd hope, and I'm really
It's going
looking
to clear
forward
up
to.
Matt's infection. And
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
gonna be
right.
Way more lucid next week, or 2
2
weeks.
weeks.
Sorry,
Yes,
2
that's right.
weeks. he'll
Next
be-
week I will be. Well, no, next week I won't be lucid.
he's going to be under painkillers.
I'm going to be flying. Yeah, real well. Yeah, I'm going to
Matt's
be.
going to visit you in your dreams.
That's right. I'm going to be like, hey, I'm going to do your own episode today. What's all that weird shit on your desk? Let's read through these papers. How come you have this on your credit card bill? What'd you do? Were you really that lonely?
Matt will come and personally judge you. Some people would pay for that.
Yeah, that's a
That's on our
Patreon level.
OnlyFans.
Now
That's our
we're talking.
OnlyFans level. Can we
That's
get
something.
levels of OnlyFans? Like, is there like premium
There,
levels?
no, the only thing you can do with OnlyFans is you can do like bundles where they can buy extended periods of time for cheaper rates.
Is this just like a trade, like a service where it's like you can see that person for a while?
Yeah, but
versus-
there's no expectation. Well, there's user expectation, but there's no platform expectation of what you're going to provide.
oh, well,
So
there you go. We'll find a
There
venue
you
for
go.
it. There's plenty of them on the internet
that's right. We'll
But
figure,
Matt will
we'll figure
judge
it
you
out. That's right.
for money.
I'm fine with that. I'd be more than happy to judge whatever you would like to send my way. I'll tell you what I think about it. I'm happy to share that
That's this whole
information.
entire show.
That really is my show. That's my life. My life is just telling people what I think about their things, whatever those things might be.
That's the
Thank
only-
you, Allison, for the good luck there. I hope that it does indeed go smoothly. Luckily, most of my roots of my teeth are pretty straight, except for this one in the front, which is in great shape apparently, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah,
They're
this
just gonna dig in your mouth and rip some bones
it'll
out.
be fine.
it's
It'll
not
be
gonna be a problem.
fine. It'll be fine.
It's as routine as it gets.
That's right. It's no big deal. Just a regular old everyday bone removal.
deboning.
That's
Just the run of the mill deboning.
So send me all the good thoughts, all the alcohol thoughts, everything that I could possibly use
I'm
until
gonna,
then.
all week long, Matt, in your honor, I'm gonna
Yeah.
eat boneless wings
This is what I would like to hear.
and boneless pizza.
I want to know boneless,
and
yes,
boneless milk.
and stromboli.
And
Eat some
stromboli.
boneless stromboli because there's nothing worse than when you're having a great pocket of meat with a little bit of sauce, some bread around the outside, and a whole bunch of bone in the middle there. It just ruins it because God knows that those stromboli creatures are abominations.
That's
they're
right.
just walking around like giant smiley faces, slices of watermelon.
Arrogant.
But they are not full of juice, and therefore they are not my friends. You got to be full of juice to be a friend of mine. So
I'll
rule
never
number one.
acknowledge them or their culture.
I'm not going to acknowledge anybody, not until I have a little bit more clarity of mind.
Right. Matt's gonna be
'Cause
like on
who
top
knows
of it
who you
for
are?
a couple weeks.
I'm not expecting anything,
I don't know anything.
except I'm gonna have to
I'm not a doctor.
chew my salad forward more. That's really my only expectation.
I'm gonna eat like a rabbit from now on.
Who knows? Goodbye. Thank you.
Who knows? Yeah, we're done. Yeah, we're done.
Well, thank you, everybody, all you online people for tuning in, for Juan and Allison and whoever our third is. We've got a third right now.
Deirdre,
I don't know if it's still Deirdre or not, but if it is Deirdre, thank you very much.
thank you. And if it's not, thank you to whoever
That's-
you are.
That's right. Whoever our third is, thanks
We
for
love you.
tuning
You
in.
don't, you don't need to identify yourself if you don't want
That's
to.
right. There's no need to out yourself here on the stream, but whatever it is, we appreciate your tuning in. We'll see you in 2 weeks, not a week from today. The following. Yes, it is Deirdre. Deirdre came back, so very
Deirdre.
good. So that's it. So we'll see you in 2 weeks, everybody. See what the fuck happens.
Whatever. Who cares?
Somebody help me!